Hey guys, I'm just sitting here for just a second to wait for it to come live on my screen so that I can see if I'm in the right orientation. This is Lisa Tedder with Tedder Bear Stamping, and the last time I did this, it was upside down, so I'm going to try something today, and we'll see if it works. So hold with me for just a second. If it's upside down, let me know because I am going to try to fix it. Oh, on my screen, I don't know how this happened, but it is the right side up. Okay, so yay. I'll show my face at the end because it just is too hard to get everything perfect and get it all set up. Until I get a better setup, this is how we're going to have to do it. So thanks, Pat, for coming. I am going to teach you how to make this card using the Autumn Goodness stamp set. And I really like this because this bundle has this cute little fence and the wheelbarrow, which of course I had to buy it just because of those two things. But I really love how it's versatile for fall or spring or whatever you want to do it. The stamps do look a little bit more fall-like with the wheat here. I think that's wheat. But the flowers can be any season. So let's get started. All right, so I'm going to move this out of the way. We're going to come in with soft suede at 8.5 by 5.5. And let you know what everything that we're going to do today is 8.5, 8.5 by 5.5 for the soft suede. The Poppy Parade is, oh, I wrote it down on the other one, 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, and I'm going to use two, one for the inside, one for the front. This is for the fence. It's just scrap. This is for the, it's crumb cake, and this is for the wheelbarrow and the wheel. And then we need two of 5 by 3 3/4 for the Very Vanilla. Or I think I have this in white. So, and then of course another scrap of white just for the sentiment, but this one I'm not doing in white, I'm doing it in vanilla. For once, I'm going to put vanilla and white on the same card. That's, I think, a first for me. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and score this at, with our Stampin' Cutter. And I'm going to go ahead and score that at 4 1/4. And put that aside. Use my bone folder to get a nice crisp edge. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to come in with my white, and I'm going to sponge with, let's see, some Balmy Blue. And I am going to use a brush because for me that works out much better. I have everything in a bucket, so that's what you're hearing. Everything works out. It just doesn't bleed as much, and it just looks so much better. It doesn't clump up, I guess. So what you do is you get it, your brush really wet, and then go off a little bit, and then go across. I really appreciate you coming, Pat. I know, what are you doing, sitting in a waiting room right now? Okay, so I want this a little darker than I made the last one because when I took pictures, it just looked white. So we want this to stand out on the video, so I'm going to really get it on there. Oh, you're in the car. Gotcha. Thanks. I don't know how I got it to go the right way up, so this is kind of cool. Maybe that practice did it this morning. Okay. So is that pretty dark? I think so. All right, and then I'm going to come in with a sponge and do soft suede at the bottom. And let's move that so I can tilt this a little bit. And again, you're going to want to wipe it off because see how blotchy that looks right there? You don't want that. So I'm going to come in like this. We just can't have the wheelbarrow sitting up in the sky, so we have to ground it. Okay, that looks good. So what I usually do is I will sponge the edges, and I'll do that in a little bit with the blue, and then come back in with the soft suede on this part. But since I have this all nice and ready, I'll just do that. It just adds, whoops, I just stuck it in the blue. That's so silly. Okay, we're gonna fix that. All right. To me, sponging just adds that feathery look at the edge, and it just finishes your card. All right, let me grab a sponge for the blue. And do the top part while we have it out. I'm not the only one, I'm sure, that has put a sponge in the wrong color. All right, so that looks so good so far. So we're going to come in with the wheat, or whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to be using crushed curry because I thought that's a nice fall color. And do it right here on the edge. Oh, so pretty. Okay, so then we are going to do a little bit of stamping, and I'm going to come in with my scrap. I'm going to set this aside just for a second and come in with my crumb cake scrap, and I'm going to stamp my wheelbarrow in soft suede. And when I go to cut it out, I'm going to go ahead and die cut the wheel with it. And I didn't think about how loud this was going to be when I went and got this stuff out. So I'm going to bring up my Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. And it's super close. So sorry about that. And this is how I keep it with my magnetic, is I have it upside down. It's just to try to keep it flat when I'm not using it. So make sure you put it on the cutting edge when you're ready to die cut. But I love how it holds. So we're going to go ahead and put that in here. And the wheel. And I'm sorry if this shakes you. And while we have the machine here, I'm going to take these off. I'm going to go ahead and do, goodness, see, it sticks so well, the fence, because I want to get it done right now and have it. And where did I stick the fence? This is what happens when you have a small working space, and then I think I just stuck it on top of everything. I know it's here because I had everything ready. Okay, let's pick it up, see what I got. Okay. Did I drop it? Oh, it's right here. Silly. Okay, so here we go. I knew I had it. Wasn't going to do what I did last week. Okay. Isn't that the cutest little fence? I love it. Okay, I'm going to put this on the floor. We'll vacuum later. Okay, I will do the flowers and then I'll be cutting those out too. Okay, so now I have this extra right here. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my flowers in Memento. See, this is a problem with having it too far up, like it's not as focused, because you get to see my mess. But if you're a stamper, you have a mess at home, I'm sure. Hi, Julie. Glad to see you in, Steph. Thank you for coming, guys. Hopefully it's better this week than last week. Last week I was very embarrassed, but that's okay. I'm still here. All right, so I am going to color these with my blends, and I'm going to use no, I meant to get my crumb cake. There it is. Okay, and I'm going to use crumb cake for, no, I'm not. That's for the other card. I am so sorry. We're going to use the green, which I have Old Olive, both dark and light. And I'm going to just do a couple spots in the dark, and then we're going to fill it in with the light. I just don't want it to be all dark. All right. Really appreciate you guys coming. All right. Hopefully I don't color any flowers with the green. I've never seen a green flower. I think that's a flat leaf there. I love my blends. So last time I did something pretty simple. This time I'm doing one that's a little bit more like me, a little bit more steps, because that's what makes me happy. Hopefully, I guess I shouldn't say it like that because it sounds like I don't care about you guys. I just want to be happy. But this is what I'm passionate about, so it's good that I am able to share my passion with you. And you don't have to go to the extremes I do. You can just do the less layers. Just, you know, whatever makes you happy. All right, so, hey, Carol. I'm going to go ahead and put in the, because I'm using Poppy Parade for the cardstock, I'm going to use Poppy Parade for the flower. And I'm only just going to do towards the edge with the dark and then come in with the other. So Carol, you missed my sponging. Okay, then I'm going to come in with the light. Oh, you can rewind it and see it. I'm sure that you will love it. I was watching Carol's live the other day, and she's commented about how in the olden days, people always sponged everything. And I'm like, in the olden days, that's what I do now. So it was just kind of comical because I made fun of it because, of course, I still do that. And I don't know if that's a flower or not, but I'm going to color that. Okay. And then because I want to bring some yellow in, I am using the Mango Melody Light. This is one of my favorite colors. I love this Mango Melody. It is so pretty, and especially the cardstock. Okay, so I think I got it all. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the machine again and squish it in here to get this cut out. And then I'm also going to, before I put this on so we can get it done at the same time, is bring in my scrap of Very Vanilla. Whoa, so sorry. Scrap of Very Vanilla and do my sentiment, which I really love. And it's Plant Kindness, Harvest Love, which everyone needs to write now. Hey, Francis. Glad you could make it. Oh, so pretty. I love all sentiments that have the script. For some reason, and I know it's kind of going out of the schools, but I think my granddaughter is finally learning it again. But I miss seeing script. So whenever I write her for my pen pal, I write in cursive, and then she has to have her mama help her read it. But I'm like, this is something you need to know. So she is having to learn that because Mimi just thinks that that's important. Okay, and then I am using the die from the, let me get it out, Ornate Frames, because I love how this fits perfectly, and then I can add some of the twine to it. And Carol, I don't know how I got it to go the right way. I practiced this morning and flipped my phone around, and I got the orientation to go right, and then now I didn't have to flip it, so I don't understand. But I'll take it. Okay. I don't know why they're not teaching it. I wish they would. It just seems wrong. Okay. My sister is a teacher, and she doesn't get it either. She tries to teach her kids because that's important to her too. So I'm using the linen thread, and I'm going to thread that through the hole. Let me go through the back because I think I like that look better. Okay. Okay. Isn't that cute? Okay, now of course I have to sponge it because I want it to stand out against the sky. See, there's a reason. Okay, let's bring in my card that I started. Bring in my wheelbarrow that I cut. And where is the wheel? Hopefully it didn't fall. Oh, yes, it did. It's on the floor. Okay. Now the wheel, I need to make sure that it looks dirty, because I just think it looks weird if you don't. All right. All right, so now I am going to put a small dimensional on the back, one of the mini ones on the back of this, and then grab up the wheel. Okay, and then put the other dimensionals on the back of this. I like dimensionals. Can you tell? Okay, and then I am going to put a dollop of glue on my wheel just to make sure that it sticks where I want it. Okay, whoops, you know what I almost did? I almost put that down without putting my fence down. That would have been bad. All right, so the fence needs dimensionals, and I am going to just cut a strip off of these little ones because it's much faster, and just stick them on. This live might be a little bit longer because I am doing a card that I like. 2 cards, in fact. And I can't wait to show you the pillow gift because it is so cute. I was like, okay, for a $35 order, you guys are getting spoiled. Plus, you for a $35 order, you get the make and take or the fixins for this card. God, am I in the South? I guess so. Fixins. Okay. I think that's enough. You know what I did? On my other card, I did not pop this up. I probably shouldn't have popped this one up because the wheelbarrow goes out in front. Maybe the wheelbarrow needs to not be popped up. Because I think the fence needs to be bigger so it looks like it's not right on the wheat or whatever that is. So we're just going to have both. How's that? All right, so I'm going to put this here. It is going to be a dimensional card. And then this one is going to go down flat. This broke, so I'm going to have to use glue. Ah, love it. Now you would trim these down just a little bit, make them puffy. And then we're going to put this onto a piece of the Puppy Parade. I knew I'd get it. I just think this really, I think it really pops. And when I design a card, I lay all my, after I make the card, I go and lay it down on what cardstock I think will look good on it. And then a lot of times it ends up being something else. Something different than what I would have thought. And this Poppy Parade, because I colored the flowers on that, looks so good. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of adhesive on the bottom of this and put that on our wheelbarrow. Isn't that cute? Okay, so for the inside, I just did this and the wheat again. So how many of you have ever used white and vanilla in the same card? That's one thing that I don't usually do, but this time it needed it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put adhesive on here and then put it on the other piece. So it looks finished. That's why I like to have my inside match my front so that when you open it, it just looks like they go together. And then of course you would stamp your very vanilla or white envelope with your, and I have vanilla here, which I probably should have used white, but with the wheat again. So then your card matches your envelope. Super cute. Too much dimension. See, it's got a pretty good one, but all right, so let's move on. So this one is, I apologize for the mess. At least I didn't throw it on the floor. Is this one. Now, this one morphed into what it is now. So I'm very happy with it. And of course, I had it set here. I don't have the base. It's probably close. I'll grab one. All right, so you're going to start off with Old Olive. And I thought I had everything at one point. Oh, I guess it wouldn't be alive without me messing up something. Okay, on my first one, I did it with an 8.5 by 5.5. But since I have this already, I'm going to do a 4.25 by 11 because that's what I have all set up. So you go with what you have. So I'm going to score it at 5.5. Oh, there we go. Fell out of the channel. Okay, so this is what I do when I use any kind of foil paper, is I cut it, and this is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Then I cut out the inside because we don't need to be wasting that underneath. So the great thing is that this can be cut down to be for this. So this is 3 3/4. Well, that doesn't seem, yeah, I guess so. 3 3/4 by 1 7/8. So I'm going to put this aside for another time because it's very important that we keep that and use it again. And I'm going to go ahead and put this down. It's only on foil paper or glitter paper that I do that for. Well, I didn't quite get it centered. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and stamp the pumpkins and the sentiment. And I'm going to use Very Vanilla. So, and I'm going to also use Memento. And then for the sentiment, I'm going to use Garden Green because that is the colors I'm using. And I'm going to put that at the top over here, and then we're going to fussy cut that out just to fit on into another piece. It says Golden Leaves, Chilly Air, Autumn Beauty Everywhere, and it's in script. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and color that. One thing that I do like to do is, I don't know what these are right here, but I thought they look kind of like cotton. So I'm going to use the smoky slate and just do the bottom here. And what you'll see is it's really kind of cool. I've done this before. But then you come in with your color lifter and just go over it. And it just makes it look smoky and soft and cute. When that dries, you won't even, like, it'll just blend perfectly. All right, so then we're going to color with the dark and light pumpkin pie for the pumpkins. Now, I know I went out of the line here, but you would take your time. But I don't want you here forever. And I should have asked my husband what some of these things are, because I don't know if these are mini pumpkins or squash. I have no idea, but I painted them. I went ahead and did, oh, that one's dead. So we have to do the other side. Do you guys know what they are? I just buy them at the store. I don't know what they are. Okay, so there's those. And then I'm going to come in with the mango melody again, because it just makes me happy. And you could do light and dark on this, but I'm just going to do the light because it's easy. I think it's light. Yes. And the apples on another one I did red, it just didn't look right because they just looked not fall-like. So see, all of these are going to be yellow, which I'm not sure if that's the right thing to do. But the card looks pretty, so we're going with it. And we're going to make this one yellow. Now, can you see the gray right there? Look how pretty that is. Hopefully you can see that. Gray is my favorite color. Silly, but true. All right, so I'm going to do, let's see. I want to, well, do the old olive. Well, this is dark. I don't want dark. I want light. On the leaves just a little bit, and then I'm going to come in with the yellow to give them more of a fall look. So I'm using the brush end, which makes it harder to stay in the lines. Don't faint, Carol, because I know you have a hard time when we go out of the lines. And then I'm going to come in with the dark soft suede and just do the bottom of the basket and a little bit here. And then the rest is going to go light just to give it that better dimension, I guess. And color these. We're going to color these leaves brown just because I forgot them. Okay, then we're going to have the die cut for this. Let me move this stuff out of the way so I can bring in my machine again. And I am going to cut this out afterwards. But I want to bring in a piece of scrap of the, where did I put it? Old olive. I think it, no? Isn't that crazy? Again, I've lost something. Okay, we'll just get a scrap. Not a biggie. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out of another scrap that I have and this. So we're going to get that. And bring in this again. This should be the last time I do this. Hopefully. So that goes there. I love this magnetic plate. And I'm making it to where I bought like extras because I wanted to never run out. And I lied. We do have one more thing to do. Didn't mean to lie. All right. While I have this out, this is where I get confused, is that I have to run through the machine the one piece of the cinnamon cider, and I have them underneath, right here. And you follow these directions. It says for embossing folders, you put them in the hinge first. You need a plate, which is on the floor. Doesn't do me much good there. Okay. Then you are going to put this, which I don't know that we need the plate for this one because it's a thick one, but we'll find out. I think that it's hinge first. So the hinge goes first. I think that we don't have this, but we'll find out when I go to start if it doesn't go. Yes, it does not go. All right. Because it is a thicker one, you just use the one. Okay. And I love this. This is the 3D paper that you use. And what I do is I come in with a sponge and this cider ink and just go over that just to make it pop a little bit more. Just because I like to make sure it stands out. See how it really just brings it out? Well, it's a little bit more than I did the last time, but that's okay. And I do need my machine one more time. We forgot to do this with the folder. So we got to make sure that the writing is on top. Otherwise it'll be upside, like the wrong way. And we want to make sure we get it in straight because these are straight lines. One more time, let's bring that in. Except for this time, whoop, we need that, and there we go. And we need this and this. I don't think we need the extra. Yay, I was right. Look how pretty that is. Gorgeous. Okay, so we have this, we have this. Now I just need to cut this out. And what I do is I just fussy cut around the letters. No rhyme or reason, just try to get it in there right. It's gonna fit on that circle that we did earlier. It's nice because then you don't have to worry so much. All right, so we have that. And of course, I'm going to sponge it just to give it that little something something and put it on. Okay, so this die, I forgot to tell you, is from the Tasteful Labels dies. And I don't know whether you can tell, I tried to show it on my last one, but the detail on here is gorgeous. And look at how my nails match our project today. Didn't do that on purpose. Okay, so this is where we're going. We have this, and we need to wrap it with the ribbon, which this is the two-sided ribbon that is called, it's got Old Olive and Pretty Peacock, but I want the Old Olive side because I think that is the side, that's what we're using, so we have to use that. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is going to make it to where it grounds the pumpkin. That's the word I was looking for. Okay, I need to get another adhesive because that one broke and I need tape. Shoot. All right. I'm just going to use tear and tape because that's easy. I don't think it broke. I think it just came apart. And I don't have the time to go look for that one piece that came off. Come on. Nothing like trying to get the backing off on camera. Okay. Come on. So if you like and like my channel, and since you've been putting in comments, I will do a drawing on who gets to win this card. And that'll be fun so that we can see. I know that I've watched Barry and Jay and they do that. And I like that idea. I always want to win. Haven't yet. And let's see. Why is that? I just feel like I'm missing the part that I did this on. Oh, here it is. There it is. Okay. But do a thumbs up, and then if you wouldn't mind subscribing, because then that way my channel gets more hits. That would help me a ton. I would appreciate that. Okay. Now this is going to go down flat. And it meets exactly to the edge on both the top and the bottom, but a little bit. Of course, I need to get it in there better. Okay. Got to get it to set. Okay. Isn't that cute? I love how this came out. All right, so dimensionals on the back of this. You could use regular size, but I'm just trying to get this on. Okay. See how that grounds it? I love it. Okay, and then this one also gets dimensionals, but first I'm going to put just a smidge of the ribbon on there to have it peek out, because I like this ribbon and I think it looks really pretty. Just flag it and make sure that the green is as out as it can be. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and put some tear and tape on the back of this again. Okay. Almost done, girls. Thank you so much. And of course, I put it at the bottom. So we're just going to put it at the bottom, even though the last one was at the top. I meant to do it at the top. I don't know. This is going to, no, it's going to look like a, silly. It's going to look like a, what is it? An award. I don't want it to look like an award. I just want it to look pretty. All right. And like that. And then now we'll put the dimensionals on top, because that'll make it easier to hold. And we want to make sure that our ribbon stays where we put it. At least this one's better than the last time, because the last time I was all over the place. All right, so that, and then of course, can't forget the bling. So I'm using the champagne rhinestones because those are just so pretty. All right, and then on the inside, we are going to take our vanilla piece again, the one that we made to match, and do the weed again. I'm assuming that's what that is. And you would use that for your envelope again for this one. So then it's all set. I'm not grounding this wheat though. I'm just putting it on there. All right, and then so the dimensions are the same for the front and the inside, so then everything goes together and it works out perfectly. Okay, and then it goes on the inside. So then let me show you the really cute, and of course this opens different, the really cute pillow gift if you place a $35 order. Isn't that cute? I love it. Okay, so one of you will be able to win this. Let me show you the pillow gift. Of course, it's here. There it is. All right, so cute, right? And it's an easel card, and it is where you can keep notes. Isn't that the cutest? I love it. And it has the fence. So I hope you enjoyed this. I thank you for hanging in with me. And come back next week. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I'm sure it'll be something that I love, and hopefully you will too. Talk to you later. Bye.